guys, welcome back to our channel. We're the Garso twins. If you haven't before, we would love it if you would subscribe down below and give this video a thumbs up. Today we're going to be reviewing some new releases and we put them on our face today as well, so let's get started. Okay, so we just want to clarify that some of these things we were sent in PR and some that we purchased ourselves. But let's get into it. We had two products from Dermalogica we want to talk about. This is a new product. It's the Dermalogica Phyto Replenish Oil. It's a lightweight oil that you can either mix in with your moisturizer or wear on its own. I love the packaging of this. It's like an oil drop dispenser type thing, like essential oils come in. So it's super controlled. You can actually only use a couple of drops, whereas with a dropper that you squeeze on the top, I feel like so much product is wasted because you oftentimes squirt out more than you need. So I love the packaging on this. It smells similar to the Midnight Recovery Oil, kind of like rosemary, mint. I'm getting like those notes in there, but I love it so much more. It's very lightweight, so I can wear it during the day. I mix it in with my moisturizer at night and during the day. I might just use more at night, and I think it hydrates the skin so well. It just makes your skin glowy but not greasy, and it just feels so nice. The smell is like a spa experience. This is like one of my new favorite face oils. It's really good. Okay, next up is the Dermalogica Hydro Blur Primer, and this is what I think is a silicone-based primer that is supposed to blur fine lines and pores, hydrate, and brighten. And I definitely would agree it's non-greasy, as it says. It's more of a mattifying primer, but not too mattifying where you feel like your skin is being dried out. I was really impressed with how this made the pores on my nose look. It really like got rid of all my imperfections and just made everything look so smooth. I have big trouble areas here with pores, and so it kind of diminished them there, but it wasn't like amazing to me. I really like this, but I do think it has to be paired with a matte foundation. We were talking about how you wore it with a dewy foundation. Yeah, and it broke up on my nose. Like the primer looked awesome on my nose, and then the foundation looked fine going over it, but throughout the day it broke up on my nose more than usual. So just be careful what kind of foundation you wear with it. Yeah, and I've paired it with mostly a matte foundation, and I had really good success. But you know we're not big primer people. For a primer, it's good, but I wouldn't say it's like amazing. And next up is a foundation, and this is the Benefit Hello Happy Soft Blur Foundation. I'm the shade number 3, and I love this. It's like new favorite foundation status for me. I can just ramble on about all the things I love about it, but the one thing that I'm going to start with that I don't like is the shade range. It is so bad, and I will say if you're similar to our skin tone, this shade number 3 is a little too warm for me and a little dark, but number 2 was like so white. Like the difference between 2 and 3 was insane. So it might be a little tricky to find your shade. I definitely recommend going into like an Ulta or a Sephora to find your shade. But it says light medium coverage liquid foundation with broad spectrum SPF 15. It's so lightweight. It comes in this little dropper tube, not dropper, like squeezy tube, and you have to shake it before. I'll shake it so you can kind of get the gist. You have to shake it before. You hear that? To like mix everything up. Otherwise things can get like oily and settle and not a good thing. So shake it before, and then it's just so liquidy. I don't even want to pour it out because it'll probably just create a mess. But I love thin foundations because I feel like the pigment just spreads so much easier, and like you don't have to use a lot, and that's exactly how I feel about this. Like I just put a small amount on my hand, and I either apply it with my fingers or a brush. I haven't used it with a sponge because it's so thin. I feel like it'll just soak it up. And it just, like, the tiniest amount just spreads so nicely across the face. It doesn't even look like you're wearing foundation, but it does blur your skin. Like, it says soft blur foundation, and I'm just so impressed with how it makes your skin look flawless. I mean, I'm wearing it right now, so if you like how my skin looks, you will like this. It definitely is more of a matte foundation, but I do find that because it's so thin, it kind of takes the appearance of whatever you have under it. So if you have like a ton of moisturizer on and you look really glowy, or a glowy primer, and you put this over, like you'll look pretty glowy still. It won't completely mattify what you put underneath. Or if you wear a mattifying primer and then you put this on top, it will have a more mattifying look. I've also done that and then sprayed my face with Fix Plus at the end of all my makeup, and it still looks glowy. So you can definitely make this like your own. Like I feel like it is a matte foundation, but you can make it look more glowy. I'm just really impressed. I love it. I'm really pleasantly surprised because I'm so picky with foundations, and I'm so excited about it. next up is a blush. This is the Laura Mercier Blush Color Infusion. And I have the shade...
These are new.
Yeah, I have the shade Ginger. And this one is Chai. They're actually pretty similar, both nudes, I would say. I love the packaging on here. You get a mirror, but it is like compact. It's small, so it's good for travel.
Yeah.
These are beautiful, beautiful shades. They blend out really nicely on the skin. I will say though, there are what I would consider like a sheer blush. Like
that's what their description is.
Yeah.
A sheer cheek color, I think is what they call it.
So you can build it up, which is really nice. That's what we prefer. If you watched our favorite blush video that we recently did, they were all pretty much buildable and sheer, but this is probably my most sheer blush.
Me too. Some of the NARS blushes I have that I talked about in that video are very sheer as well, but this is even more sheer than that.
Yeah, so
if you like high impact color, you won't like these.
Yeah, and I just want to mention that because you have, if you want it to like really show up on the skin, you have to go into the pan so much that you might use product, like more product quicker. So just take that into consideration. There is 0.2 ounces of blush, so I still think it would last you a while, but beautiful shade range, really gorgeous, blends really nicely.
Yeah, the formula is so beautiful. And like we said, we like sheer buildable blushes, so we like this. But if you don't, then it's not your thing. They're just so nice. Like, I'm really, really impressed. And these shades are so us.
The shades are like, I think the thing I love the most about like their shade range.
Yeah, they did a great job. And there's a whole range. Okay, next up is kind of a skincare, but I've been using it as makeup setting spray. This is the Boscia Rosewater Mist with Witch Hazel, and look at how cute the component is.
Yeah, it's
I
really
love
cute.
how it's like just pink and cute. And this you can use, it says, as a like face primer, as a refresher, a makeup setting spray. So it's just a face spray that you can use in many different ways. And it's alcohol free, which is amazing. And it really, really smells like pure roses. It has a beautiful smell. And I've used this as a refresher on days I don't wear makeup and just like spurts it on. It feels so nice. It has a really nice spray. Let me.
Ooh.
Yeah, it gives a lot.
Ooh, the scent is pretty strong though.
Yeah, it's good though. I like it. I've also used it as like a primer before I go in with makeup. Like I'll put this on and then put SPF on and then go in, and it makes like all my moisturizer application, everything going a lot smoother. So really like it using it that way. That's probably my favorite way to use it. It's like a toner primer before makeup, but then I've also used it to set my makeup, and it definitely makes you look more refreshed, but I won't say it like helps with longevity or anything like that.
It's just like a refreshing mist to use midday or something.
Yeah, I think this is really good. I really, really, really like it, but I do think it's like $24, and I do think it's so similar to the Mario Badescu spray that you wouldn't really need this if you have that, and I know a lot of people have it, but it's a really lovely spray. I like it.
This is the Covergirl Brow Pomade. I don't even know the name of it because it's not anywhere on here, and the shade isn't. It says 715, but it doesn't say what the shade name is, but that's okay. It's the Covergirl Brow Pomade. We mentioned it in our like Covergirl First Impressions video that we did. But I still think that it's fairly new. I haven't heard a lot of people talk about it, so I thought I would include it in this video. And because I don't think we used it in that video, I think we just used the pencils.
I think I used it.
Oh, okay. Well, I've been using it because I really wanted a pomade, and I like it. I think that it's super pigmented, so a little goes a long way. I feel like it's so quick to do my brows with this because I just put like a little bit on and then use a spoolie and blend it out, and my brows are essentially done. Then I just set them and I'm good to go. But I will say I do wish it was a little bit waxier because I wish it would kind of stay in place. It is so creamy that if you use too much product and then go to blend it out, it could get like kind of crazy in your brow area. But overall, I think this is a really good drugstore pomade option because it is so pigmented. They have a few different shades and it is relatively inexpensive. So I did want to include it in this video in case you're looking for a new brow pomade. Okay, you guys know about the new brand Flesh Beauty, and we were kind of like waiting to pick up a lot of things. So to start, the lipsticks are so pretty.
The lipsticks are so pretty, but to start like dipping into the Flesh pool, I bought the Flesh, what is the name of this? The Flesh like highlighting balm?
Yeah.
I think it's the highlighting balm, and I have the shade Startle, and I love this. Like looking at it, because they only have 4 shades, which is a lot for a highlighter. The whole line is based off the fact that like Flesh isn't one color and it's a whole range, and their diversity is amazing. But in the highlighters there's 4 shades, and this one I thought matched my skin tone the best. It's the lightest one, and you'll see like when I swatch it, I hope you can see, it looks very,
maybe like here.
Okay, it looks very white and almost iridescent. But then, because it's such like a balm-like consistency, you can blend it out so well. And once you just blend it out with your fingers, it really just looks like a face gloss, in my opinion. Like, it just looks so glossy and shiny and so pretty. And that's exactly what I like when it comes to a highlighter. So how I apply it, because some people might not know what to do with this texture, is I just take one finger and I'll like circle it in here, and then I'll dab it on the tops of my cheekbones, and then I'll use like these two fingers to just keep blending it out, like patting and blending until it's blended in. Because like I said, when it goes on, it looks pretty white, so you definitely have to like work it into your skin to get the whole like glossy sheen effect. But oh my god, I think this is so pretty. It's such a beautiful product. It's a lot creamier than other cream highlighters I have, and I have quite a few. Like, I love the Milk one, and I like the Benefit one. I don't really like the Glossier one, but this one I think might be my favorite texture because it's so creamy. And I definitely want to pick up the pink one, which is the next one up. Okay, next we have two eyeshadow palettes from Urban Decay. The first one is the Urban Decay Born to Run palette. I'm sure you've seen this everywhere. This could be my new favorite palette. Well, okay, I shouldn't say that, because the Anastasia shadows, like the Modern Renaissance palette, I still think those shadows blend like nothing else. But the color story here is my favorite. Yeah. I think it's so, so beautiful. I've already created a few different looks with this palette, and they've all been different, and I haven't been overwhelmed. Like, I feel like sometimes with palettes of this size, I go and I'm like, oh, what shades am I going to mix together? And then I end up using like one all over the lid because I get so overwhelmed. But with this, I feel like it's so easy to pick shades that look good together. And you can kind of just do whatever you want. Like, if you want to mix this purple shade with like a green, then go ahead, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's what they wanted you to do with this, like just make it your own. And so today I used Riff in the crease, Smog on the lid, Stranded on the inner corner, and then Radio on the bottom, like the lower lash line. And I just love this color combination. These blend out beautifully, and they seriously last on the eyes. Urban Decay shadows do. They last a really long time. Like, I'm really impressed with the shimmers because they're not super tightly packed, and not like they're a pigment by any means, but I use my finger and I put them on, and you do get fallout on your face. So that kind of worries me that it would just keep falling off my lid throughout the day, but they don't at all. They stay on the whole day. Even the mattes, they look vibrant the whole day. I love this palette so very much. It's a hit. They did a great job. I'm obsessed with it. It's so beautiful. Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, and this is the Urban Decay Aphrodisiac eyeshadow palette. It's one of their little palettes, which you guys know how much we love little palettes because it's less overwhelming, especially for me who never wears eyeshadow anymore. But I used this today. I have to turn it up, Sheets and Beyond in the crease area, and then this beautiful glitter shade, Night Fever, I put all over the lid. And then I try to darken my outer corner with Whiplash, and that was the only shade that I really didn't like. It didn't blend out well at all, and I don't know, maybe because it's a darker shade. Yeah, probably. And I've used it before, but I'll just have to keep playing around with it to like see if I can make that work. But oh my gosh, these colors are so pretty. I'm actually really surprised that these two show up really warm in my crease. Like, in the pan, they don't look like they'll be that warm, especially the first one, Sheets, but they add a really nice warmth and depth, and I just really like the shades. I think they're really nice. Like Britta said, the mattes last forever. Like, they just do not disappear off your eye, which is amazing, especially since it's still summer and it's like really hot out. And then I'm normally not a glitter person, but this Night Fever shade, like, I love this. I think it is so beautiful. I have it on my eyes right now. Hope you can see, but I applied this with my finger because I knew that a brush would do it no justice. Yeah, it's always easier with your finger. Yeah, and I will say at first when I patted it in, I was like, oh my gosh, there's like barely any fallout this is like a packed actual glitter, I feel like. And then once I was kind of continuing to do my eye makeup, it kept falling out, which is a little unfortunate, but that's also my fault for not knowing, and then I apply my foundation first. And then you could have used like a glitter primer maybe? Yeah, or I could have sprayed, like even sprayed my finger with Fix Plus and then gone in. I think that little tackiness would have like made it more secure to my eye. But yeah, this is a really, really nice palette. I still think that the Naked Heat Petite palette is better than this one. I just like the colors in that more, and I like that. I think that is all mattes. Yeah, and I love matte shadows, and there's like 2 glittery shades in here and 1 shimmer, and because I'm not really into that, besides this beautiful
I love the
glitter
purple
shade.
though.
Yeah, it's a really pretty color story. I just think between the two, I still like the other one more, but really like this.
Okay, next are these Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencils, and these aren't new, but they did release them with like their new collections.
This is like a re-promotion.
Yeah, this is the shade Double Life. I'm wearing this in my waterline. Honestly, I think that these swatch really beautifully on the hand, but in the waterline, they don't, or at least the metallic ones, don't show up as much as I would like them to. They're just not as pigmented as I'd like them to be. To me, they're very comparable to the Pixie gel liners, or at least the metallic shades, I want to clarify. Because I use that Pixie Rose Glow like almost every day, and this is so similar, and it's probably like double the price. So I do think it's pretty. Like, to me, I usually do subtle eye looks anyway, and I don't really love dark eyeliner, so it's really good for like me because I don't want a super deep waterline. But if you're thinking, like, if you swatch this on your hand and you're like, oh wow, that's so gorgeous, and like, just know that when you go to put it in your waterline, it's not going to be as intense. But if you do put this like on the lid or on the lash line, it will be intense. So it just kind of depends on what you're looking for, but I think that their shade range is gorgeous and it doesn't irritate my eyes, which is a huge plus.
I have the shade 0, which is the black, and I did what she was describing, is I put it right above my lash line on my lid, and then I smudged it out a little bit with a angled brush, and it worked beautifully. It's very black, and even when I kept smudging, like, it was still very black.
So maybe that would be good in the waterline.
Yeah, and it's very creamy. So, I don't know, I have really watery eyes and it's allergy season, so it hasn't really lasted too well in my waterline, but on the lid, it's so nice. Like, it just blends out beautifully, and this black is very black, like as black as it can get.
Next up, we have the CoverGirl Flourish by Lash Blast Mascara. This is a new release. We love CoverGirl mascaras, especially their Lash Blast range, and this could be like my new favorite.
Yeah, I'm
from the range.
We were
blown away.
Shocked how much we like this.
So it kind of looks like Lash Blast, but thinner, and it's like a spiky mascara
and
wand.
is yours a little tilted?
Yeah, it's
Mine
a little
is too.
tilted. And so I will say you have to build this up a lot. Like, for us, we already have length, so we really go for volume. So you have to really keep going with the
I want to say 4 or 5 coats.
Yeah, it's a lot,
which is excessive.
But when it's on your lashes, it stays there all day.
Yeah,
it doesn't clump. It doesn't transfer to like your lower lash liner.
It holds a curl. Extremely
black. What shade is this? Is this just black?
Black.
So yeah, we love this. I think that it's such a good drugstore option, but just know that you're gonna have to build it up a lot unless you're really into like the minimal mascara look.
Yeah, well, so that's nice if you are.
Yeah.
This would be a great purchase because you can build it up, but you can also get a really minimal look.
Okay, we have a few CoverGirl lip products to talk about. We put these in our weekly favorites because we are like, have been so obsessed with these lipsticks. These are the...
I've been telling everyone about
Me too, because they're so good. There's the CoverGirl, they're the Exhibitionist lipsticks.
Yes.
This is the shade Tempting Toffee. It's my favorite shade. It's a cream finish. It's so beautiful on the lips. It just glides on like so smooth. It's, I don't want to say a sheer lipstick, but it's not very pigmented. Is sheer?
It's like, if we're talking foundation, it's like medium coverage.
Medium coverage lipstick over here. It's not as pigmented as it looks in the bullet, I will say that, at least the cream finish. But we love the cream finish because it doesn't accentuate fine lines, but it still lasts on the lips. You only need a thin layer. It kind of looks
comfortable.
So comfortable, kind of looks like a blotted lip. Obsessed with these, but today I didn't want to wear the cream because I wanted to use the lip liner. So this is the CoverGirl Exhibitionist lip liner in the shade 205 Caramel Nude, and this is such an interesting top. I don't know. Applicator. I don't know. It's like a curved circle, or like a angled circle,
and it's pretty big.
An angled oval. It's pretty big, and so I will say, like, this is really creamy. I mean, I can show you, like, on my hand. It's creamy and pigmented. It's really nice, but I don't think it's a lip liner that'll actually, like, keep your lipstick in place. If you're using it in, like, terms of how a lip liner is supposed to be used, like, you line your lips, put on lipstick, and then the lip liner helps keep everything on your lips. I don't think that it would do that because it is so creamy.
And especially the sides, it's not precise.
It's not precise.
The tip is larger than most.
But if you want to just use this all over your lips, I think that would be totally like perfect for this type of lip liner. The shade is really pretty, so I did use this today, and then I went over top with the shade 440 Trending. It's a demi matte, so I thought that this would be better to pair with the creamy lip liner because it's matte, but then with the creamy base it wouldn't be drying. And it was more cool tone to kind of match my overall look, or I guess it's neutral. And then I guess I'll just talk about the gloss I'm using over top of that. Is the M Cosmetics, what are these called?
The True Gloss.
In the shade Caramel Glaze. I just wanted like a bit of a glossy look just because, I don't know, I felt like my eyes were like kind of bronzy and sparkly, and a gloss would be fun to put on top. And I think this gloss is so perfect for layering. It doesn't feel sticky or tacky. It doesn't apply, you don't apply too much of it. It just gives like a really nice sheen. And I think it's, I mean, I've tried it on its own as well, but I really like it over lipstick because I just think it like adds, I don't know, makes your lips look juicy and plump, but then you have the more pigmented base below with like a lipstick or a liner. So really, really love these.
The color looks good with your eye look too.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like I wanted to, that's why I kept using more and more products. So I really wanted to like match, you know, make everything look cohesive. And this Caramel Glaze shade, I can swatch it on my hand so you can see too, since I'm layering so much. This is the shade just swatched on my hand. So I guess it's not as pigmented as it is when you have something beneath it, but it's still a pigmented gloss, I would say.
Okay, and then the lip product I'm wearing on my lips is the, and I think this is just a new shade, it's not a new product, the Urban Decay Comfort Matte Lipstick in shade 66. These are really nice.
Yeah.
They are a comfort matte, like there's no other way to describe them. They just feel comfortable, but they definitely have more of a matte look. Like I wouldn't even say it's a satin, I would still say it's a matte, but it's just comfortable. It's really appropriately named. They're very pigmented, they go on so nicely. The bullet's actually a really nice shape. We never talk about this with lipsticks, but like you can really get in there.
Yeah, that one is nice.
You can get in there and you like can really line your lips and you don't have to worry about getting it everywhere. They're really good lipsticks, and I'm actually really pleasantly surprised by this shade. I've been kind of staying away from like darker mauves. I don't know why. Maybe just silly. I've just been really into brighter lips, and then I put this on and I'm like, wow, this is a beautiful shade.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and we would love to hear if you've tried any of these products and let us know your thoughts if you liked the same ones we did, or leave us recommendations on new products that you've tried as well.